Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to First National Bank of River Falls Field for today's softball game between the Osceola Chieftains and your River Falls Wildcats. Well, alongside Paul Aderman, Steve Pellinger, and the Godfather, Kevin Westhouse, I'm Greg Peters, bringing you the action live today. Paul, thanks for joining us today, brother. You guys did a lot of work this morning getting this field ready to go.
Yeah, it was actually one of the funner times of the month for me. Got up early. It was pouring down rain, and we took a non-removable mound and a fence and replaced it all in 25 minutes.
Yeah, you guys are outstanding.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Last night, the Wildcats had a tough loss to Rice Lake 6-5 last night. Georgia Bankston, Alexis Ralston, and Morgan Kibble each had 2 hits. The hacksaw, Jordan Schwanz, had a solo home run and scored 2 runs herself. Jordan Torres had an RBI triple, and Lily Burke added an RBI double. Freshman Danny Pellinger came in relief on the rubber, and she did not allow an earned run in 4.2 innings pitched. Pellinger allowed no walks and no earned runs. What big shot in the arm for the Wildcats yesterday.
Yeah, without a doubt. Danny came in just hum strikes the whole time. The defense stepped up, made some great plays, and it was fun. It was fun to watch. They were really operating on all cylinders in the field without a question. And Danny did her job, and like you said, no runs until the very last inning, which was really good job by Danny. She held her composure the whole time. And the defense did very well behind her.
Well, Steve, one of the things that I was going to talk about, Paul alluded to it, but what we were going to do was have there you go. Well, what we were going to do was talk a little bit about the defense. So I've got some statistics to back it up, but just kind of talk about that defense that the Wildcats have been playing here lately.
They've been playing an amazing defense, and a big shout out to Ava Larson last night. She was just a stud at third base. Just nothing went by her. I would say that overall the team is it seems like they're getting better each game. They're bringing it together. Going back to last week, Lily Burke with some just acrobatic catches in the center field. This is a solid team. They just need to bring it all together and get the bats going. But it's fun to watch.
Yeah, they've had Wildcats are 5-11 on the season. However, they've had numerous games where they're right in the game, and just like last night, just lost in the bottom of the 7th, by 1 run. So they've been right in a ton of games. But to allude, to go back to what Steve, what you were talking about. Listen, this is some pretty amazing fielding statistics. So you talked about Ava Larson at third base. So she's had over 80 chances, I think, at third base. She's only made 4 errors on the season, so she's at almost a 93% fielding clip, which is amazing. But so to top that off, and here's the amazing stat, I think. So. And let me get to Georgia Bankston too. She's had 1 error and 41 chances at second base. She's fielding at almost a 98% clip. But here's the stat of the year so far. This is amazing. In 76 attempts, chances, Jordan Torres has made 1 error, and that's behind the plate at catcher. Yeah. You're not going to see that too often.
No.
I mean, with as many throws, it's going down to second and third and plays at the plate and stuff like that. Having 1 error on the season is absolutely. It's amazing. So Jordan Torres fielding at almost a 99% fielding clip in the field. That's amazing. You're not going to see that too often.
Well, that senior experience. I mean, she's been doing it for a few years now. She's been doing it since youth, and that's why she's going where she's going. She's going to college. She's going to play softball, and it's.
And having a stud senior catcher behind the plate when you have some young, you have a Audrey Adermans, she's logged in over 73 innings on the mount or on the rubber so far this year, and she's a sophomore. And then Danny Pellinger, she's a freshman, and Brianna Clifton's a freshman as well. Right? So very, very young pitching staff for the Wildcats.
So that's part of it, though, of being a catcher, is a veteran catcher, is to work with those pitchers, and how she's been so great at bringing those guys in and helping them excel. Getting them through games, a lot of inexperience, a lot of jitters, a lot of nerves. I think her presence and behind the plate has been huge.
Well, who do we have thrown out the first pitch today? What is it now? Amelia Peterson, she's on the 12U team for youth softball. She's throwing out our first pitch, and catcher Jordan Torres was there, and that error doesn't count.
Nope.
The game hadn't started yet.
That won't screw up her average.
Yeah, that pass ball right there won't count. And we're gonna listen to public address announcer Steve Manfred and our Star Spangled Banner.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets red glared, the bombs bursting in air, they proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That's River Falls' very own Jim Bone, class of '66, River Falls High School. Greg Peters and Cass, take it away.
Well, Kevin Westhouse, we sure appreciate you coming on for helping us out with the Wildcat softball game. It's unbelievable to play at the field here and then have the setup that you have on all the camera angles. We do our best at the River Falls softball field with one camera, and but we are going to have two coming up soon. Paul, who was that? Was that from the River Falls Youth Softball Association that bought the second camera, or was that some type of fundraiser you guys did?
Actually, yeah, my sister donated tickets,
which is why
we sold
we call
raffles.
It Peg Ederman Field. That's one other reason we call it the Peg
And then we were
Ederman Field.
1,000 short, and she donated that 1,000. So
I tell you what, we might need to take the interim basis off that name off of it. It might be Peg Ederman Field with a. I think if we just make a sign and put it up, I don't know. It'd take a lot of work to take it down.
that'd be funny.
Peg Ederman Field.
If we put it high enough up, that mean they'd have to get a ladder to get it down.
It takes a lot of effort to rent a boom truck. Well, coming out for the Wildcats on the mat today, sophomore Audra Aderman. Aderman pitched 73.1 innings pitched on the season. She has 60 walks, 45 Ks, and a 5.34 ERA, but she has faced some tough teams. There is some big-time girls softball in the Big Rivers Conference, Paulie.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, there's a real good chance somebody from our conference could make it to the state tournament and do well at it. You look at Chippewa always is the front runner, and then you got New Richmond. Menominee's came on. Even though we played tough against Menominee, they're right up there. And Hudson, who a lot of people thought was maybe like a little bit of a down year, is right in the mix.
Yeah.
And they're hitting the heck out of the ball and playing good defense, which that wins a lot of games.
Yeah, so leading off for the Osceola Chieftains will be catcher number 3, Maisie Gillespie. Yeah, you guys did a heck of a job getting the sort of transition, and now having the turf today too out here is another. This game I don't think we would have had this game in over at the high school. It'd have been just too sloppy and muddy.
No, well, without a doubt, this is like, I don't even know what region you'd talk about, but it's as good a field as there is in Wisconsin and Minnesota that I know of.
Yeah,
there might be some close, but there's none any better.
We are definitely lucky to have it. There is no question about that. First National Bank of River Falls Field, and on cue, the man upstairs as the rain has subsided, and we are ready to play some softball. Aderman, first pitch is just foul. And there is Steve Pellinger on the scoreboard. Look at that scoreboard right there too, Paul, that the Godfather has lined up for us.
That's pretty awesome. It's better than the high school one for sure.
0-1 the count. Aderman rocks and delivers. Strike one in the inside corner swinging.
up 0-2. Hopefully she'll do something.
Maisie Gillespie leading it off. There's strike 3 right on the outside part of the plate. Aderman 1 up, 1 down for the Wildcats. Next up for the Chieftain, the right fielder, number 10, Layla Brown.
Melissa Wilson's chimed in. She says, "Thank you, Aunt Peggy, super fan."
And Melissa Wilson. Is there anybody funner than her in River Falls?
I called her the other day just to ask her a little question on the whoop. That's called a wet ball right there. I think they do. They count that as a ball.
Yeah, that should be a ball. Yep.
Ball 1. Yeah, she was on the phone with her son Monty, and then Melissa. I had a call coming in, and she kind of made me feel like a big deal as Aderman gets a strike on the outside corner. She hung up. She hung up Monty and took my call. I felt very privileged.
There's not many moms that would do that.
And I'd say, well, and especially a son with the mustache that Monty has is just.
Right.
I mean, you want to talk about an Adonis, Monty Wilson.
My son calls him Mini Justin.
Aderman a little high, trying to get some grip on the ball there. Ball 4. And Brown gets a walk. Let's see, we got a K there. And then a walk. And then next up for Osceola, the center fielder, number 4, Peyton Everson.
Should be a good time for a double play.
Aderman gets her sign from Torres. Rocks and delivers a little high over the backstop. And Gillespie will saunter on down into second.
Yeah, one thing we could do here, Baldwin has it. They have a big net that runs kind of almost from the
backstop
from the dugouts, a little bit this way from the dugouts all the way across.
Because there is a rule; it has to be. There's so many feet that like you can't. This backstop in baseball is
yeah, it's way too far.
It's over specifications. Yeah. Everson in the box. Aderman just a little bit high. Yeah, she does. You know what? And she could be having some problems with that mat too.
Well, I'm sure it's slipperier than what we're used to.
She just doesn't look like she has a grip on the ball. She'll find her. Everson at the plate gets a strike right at the knees. 3-1, your count. Well, according to staff meteorologist Ty Denzer here at First National Bank of River Falls Fields, as Everson swings through a fastball in the outside corner, the clouds are supposed to part about 5 p.m. and it's supposed to be sunny and gorgeous tonight for the Fish Grouper game tonight. There's a little fly ball, soft liner to Georgia Bankston at second for the second out.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking through a foggy window, and I thought that was hit a lot harder than it was.
It sounded like it was, but yeah, it was just. And now batting in the cleanup spot with 2 down, and Gillespie on second is first baseman Mackenzie Grady. And I do know it's pronounced Grady because she gave me the. Grady hits a hot shot to second, or short, fielded by Schwanz for the 3rd out of the inning.
Yeah, Jordan did a super solid job right there of bodying up.
Kept it in front of her.
Yeah, kept it in front of her, and you know it was kind of taking a weird hop, but she totally just squared right up and kept it in front of her. Had she not, she would have missed it.
I was talking to Mackenzie Grady before the game. She's the one that gave me the roster, and then I was just kind of talking to her, how the ride, just shooting the breeze with her, and
yep.
She said their team they were in awe playing today. They were very excited to play on the turf today.
There's no question. This field is as cool as it gets. I think some of our kids probably take it a little bit for granted just because they grew up coming here when they were 5 years old, 4 years old, watching the Fish, watching a high school baseball game. So we kind of feel like this is normal. It's not normal.
Well, when I during the COVID year too, Paul, this was the only park around that was even open. So we had kids practicing up here from 7 in the morning until about 11 at night from Not just River Falls, but Ellsworth and Prescott and Hudson. And
our team practiced here at least twice a week. It was super cool of the River Falls Baseball Council to allow that at that time. Nobody could practice at a school. And there
was nothing to do. It was summertime.
This is a nice open place. And, the bad part about it is we always play Gold Glove at the end, and you couldn't hit it by them because all the bounces are so true.
It's a true ground ball for sure.
That you would be hitting them, and all of a sudden I'd like give up because I was like worried I was going to hurt somebody. I was hitting them so hard.
Well, on the hill on the rubber for Osceola is Alexis Peckman, and leading off for the Wildcats is number 24 Lily Burke, and she hits a soft liner to second. And I didn't have a whole lot of time to talk about Lily, but we'll talk about her in the next few at-bats when she comes up. But she leads the Wildcats in just about every offensive category.
I think so.
Including average, doubles, triples, home runs, RBIs, and she's third in runs scored. And now batting for the Wildcats, number 23 catcher, Jordan Torres, and Peckman gets a strike on the outside corner.
I'd say Jordan Torres is probably our most disciplined batter.
She leads the team in walks with 7. She's tied for the team lead.
So without even knowing that, and just watching, she's so disciplined that she'll watch pitches. She gets up 2-0. She'll swing at a good pitch. She won't swing at a bad pitch. She's just real disciplined.
Coach's daughter.
Yep.
Well, those 7 walks, that does lead the team. It's not a tied. She does lead the team with 7 walks, but she also leads in runs scored with 16 as well. So that's a direct result of being on base.
Yep. Yeah, you got to be on base to score.
Peckman delivers. Torres takes a swing. Nice little changeup.
That was a nice changeup.
Great changeup from Peckman, and Torres goes down swinging for out number 2.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say the pitcher's overpowering by any means.
That was a good changeup right there.
That was a nice changeup.
Now at bat for the Wildcats, the shortstop, number 22, the hacksaw, Jordan Schwanz. Schwanz takes a strike. Here's a possible story. Now it's brewing as Peckman throws a little high and outside. Jordan Schwanz, got her nickname. I dubbed her the hacksaw when she was a freshman basketball player, 4 years ago.
Yep.
And the actual hacksaw, Jim Dugan, is going to be in River Falls on May 18th at Page Arena doing as in a personal appearance. And there's a wrestling show at Don Page Arena. And this is no joke. Jordan texted me and wanted to know if I could get a meet and greet with him. She wanted to do, and I'm like, we're gonna do some work to try to get that.
If anybody could set up a meet and greet, it's Greg Peters.
Yeah. Have the hacksaw Jordan Schwanz and the hacksaw Jim Dugan.
But you never know. He might be in Kurt Brun's circle too, so Kurt could probably set it up.
There's probably a good chance that he is. Steve, you look like you're figuring that scoreboard out. Just fabulous.
It's complicated, I'm not going to lie. It's a lot to think about on a Saturday here.
Steve, what I like to say is anybody who says baseball or softball is boring needs to get in that spot for an hour, and they'll change their mind.
Right.
Because there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. So the folks at home, hope you appreciate Steve's work on that thing.
Jordan Schwanz hits one high and deep, and it's going to get over the left fielder's head, and Schwanz is going to try to know she's going to go to 3. And she comes in standing up. Stand-up triple by the hacksaw, Jordan Schwanz.
It's a good thing we made that fence a little deep, Steve, so it gave her a little extra running.
Schwanz just missed it. I mean, she had, I didn't think she quite got enough of it, but then the wind was blowing out just a little bit. I thought it had a chance, but runs up against the wall. The hacksaw's on third. And Alexis Ralston is at the plate to try to drive her in with 2 down here in the bottom of the first inning.
This is probably the first day in the last 20 that the flag wasn't standing straight out.
Yeah.
Right.
It's been windy.
As I like to say, today the wind is blowing straight down.
Yeah. Peckman's pitch to Ralston a little high, 3-0 the count. Schwann's on third. Good crowd filtering in. We got as Ralston takes ball 4 for a walk. We have Osceola and River Falls will square off. We'll get the mound put back on and fence taken down and backstop taken away, and then high school baseball will be following this game in probably about 45 minutes, I suppose, after the completion of this game. And then we'll have a little town ball action as Ralston steals second easily. Ralston leads the team in stolen bases. That would be her 4th of the year.
Well, she's quick. She's quick. There's no question about it.
Peckman delivers just high at the letters. Runners at second and third. And Georgia Bankston at the plate for the Wildcats. Bankston fouls one off the catcher's shin guard.
Well, and Georgia is, I would say she's come up with some really clutch hits this year at certain times where she's driven the runners in. So this would be good to we got 2 people standing right there.
Yeah,
one hit.
Bankston hitting .292 on the season with 9 RBI, scored 6 runs and 6 walks too. She's been a good eye at the plate as well. Ralston fouls it back. Full count, 2 down, 2 on. Here in the bottom of the first. First National Bank of River Falls Field. Boy, there is a good crowd filtering in here, Paulie.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot of people.
Bankston grounds to short, and she beat that one out. That's an infield hit for Georgia Bankston.
Well, the good part about that is she didn't hit it hard, which helped. But she was running before she was done swinging.
Yeah.
And a lot of kids don't do that. So that was crucial right there.
Yeah, Bankston's quick down the line. That brings up first baseman number 11, Morgan Kibble. And Bankston swipes second. Second and third, 2 out. Morgan Kibble has had 2 hits in 3 games in a row here lately. She's been white hot. Kibble has that. Her batting average is up to .340 on the year. Yeah, she's had 2 hits in each of the last 3 games.
Yeah, and last night she hit the ball hard. 2 times. 2 times. She hit one off the shortstop's glove, line drive. Shortstop, it was hard enough that she couldn't react quick enough that it went off her glove.
Peckman gets a strike. 2-2 your count. Kibble at the plate. Bankston on second, Ralston on third. And Kibble sends one high to center field. It looks like,
ooh.
Yeah, that's Peyton Everson takes that one in. So 1-0 is your score after the bottom of the first. So the Wildcats got 1 run on 2 hits and a walk, 2 left. And we head to the top of the second inning. Wildcats up on top, 1-0. Kevin, did you have a chance to get the
Yes, I did. Let's run through your sponsors, Greg.
Yeah,
watch your monitor right there.
Yeah, so we'd like to thank River City Stitch for sponsoring not only the season but also the baller of the game. We'll introduce. I left the T-shirts back at the ballpark, but we'll get whoever wins baller of the game. We'll get them their T-shirt later. Also, thanks to Cheryl and Dave Dintenman down at Johnny's Bar. Johnny's Bar in River Falls since 1946, and Team Dana and Jeremy Cudd with Property Executives Realty. If you need a house to sell, need a house to buy, call Dana or Jeremy Cudd at Property Executives Realty, 763-269-9594.
And if you get hungry this afternoon, drop in for one of those bad boys right there.
Oh, I tell you what. I had breakfast. Well, actually, you guys did too, didn't you?
We did.
You guys had breakfast at Tarnation after you got the field put together. And Bob Burrows, how the heck are you? Bob Burrows from the Star Observer is here covering the games today.
He is a talker. A man of few words.
Leading off the top of the second inning for the Chieftain is shortstop Riley Hall. Haderman's first pitch. Ball 1. 2-0 your count. I was getting the scorebook updated, Paul. Yeah, the only thing we're going to work on this too, Paul. We're going to try to get a bathroom up here for the press box guys.
Right. Well, at our age, we need a bathroom close.
Our board member and public address extraordinaire announcer Steve Manfred he's got it on his list too. We both do. Aderman runs the count 3-1.
Minimally, Greg, maybe a urinal with a hose out the back.
Sure.
Yeah, that'd be okay.
Sure. Hot shot to Larson at third. Too hot to handle. And Riley Hall will sit on first base. She squared that one up, Paul.
Yeah, without it, hit it hard. And Ava had some amazing plays last night. That one just didn't make that play, but
Yeah, the two positions, I guess three really, but the shortstop, the third baseman, and the catcher. If you have Schwann's is a little bit below 90%, but Torres's and Ava Larson's fielding percentage is just for those positions is outstanding. So Hall is on first base, nobody out. Brings up Mackenzie Rudd, the third baseman. Aderman gets a strike to work the count to 1-1. Loses the handle on that. Boy, I wonder if the ball just with, I'm sure the turf's pretty damp from all the rain we had through overnight and in the morning. It was raining pretty good all the way until about probably 10:30, 11 o'clock this morning.
I'm definitely on my I'm on my third pair of shoes for the day.
Yeah.
It's 1 o'clock.
You get that nervous? Your feet are sweating?
He was out here working.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Well,
It get that the parking lot out there on days like today is just like a mud bath.
yeah.
Aderman rocks and delivers right down Hanson Drive as Kevin Westhouse likes to make the call there for the first out of the inning. Mackenzie Rudd goes down looking.
No, the
Backward kick.
funny part about taking the field apart and putting up the fence this morning was, it's all a bunch of old guys doing it. And I was standing outside in the driveway with the dog.
We'd like to call him experienced.
Yeah. At 5 o'clock, and it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. And so we wait till 7:30 to do this, and now it's raining, and everybody's when I was outside at 5 o'clock, it was really nice. I'm like, why didn't we just text each other and come out here when it was really nice?
Aderman gets Brooke McDonald to pop up, but nice backup in right field by Danny Pellinger.
I was, you talked about Jordan Torres earlier. Her defensive statistics. I would say the one thing that stands out the most to me about her is pop-ups.
Yeah.
Get to watch all the other catchers.
She's like
in the
a
conference.
cat back there.
Yep, and she dials it in. It's not easy. You got a helmet on. The ball's above you. Everybody else in the park sees it beside you.
Right.
But she, I don't think she's missed one this year.
She's, what she reminds me of back there. She's like a great quarterback that just can kind of feel the rush coming in from the right or coming in from the left. Like she just looks up and she knows exactly where to look for the foul ball.
Yeah, I'd say that's one of her best characteristics.
Aderman delivers. And this is pitcher Alexis Peckman at the plate for the Chieftain. Head coach for Osceola is Anne-Marie Campo. She was kind of fun to talk. I talked with her for very briefly over in the cages before the game. Seemed like a nice lady. And Aderman gets Peckman to swing at a high fastball. That runs the count full 3-2, two out, and Riley Hall on first base for Osceola. We're in the top of the second inning. Wildcats are up 1-0, and Aderman on the mound. And Peckman goes down swinging for the third out of the inning. Aderman with 2 strikeouts in the top of the second.
Yeah, interesting part about Osceola, for those of you out there that are not familiar with it, there's an app called Game Changer, and you can almost see
I
the
just found it out.
statistics.
That is a cool app.
It is. You can see the statistics on every team, and all week I kept typing in Osceola, 2024.
Well, there's an Osceola, Florida, too.
There's Florida. There's every
Yeah.
other state has an Osceola
Yeah.
softball team, but Osceola apparently doesn't have it.
No.
But it is interesting that you can just dial in that quick to see,
Right.
the stats of every team.
Yeah, that's a cool app. I mean, that's where we get all of our stats for the Wildcats, and and I know, baseball, softball, it's a big statistical game. I mean, it's a game built around statistics, and it's fun. It's fun to, like, you start talking about Jordan Torres being patient at the plate. Well, lo and behold, she leads the team in walks.
Yeah.
The stats back up what's happening out on the field more times than not. Now, sometimes it's tough because, like, certain pitchers and players are playing against other certain opponents that could skew the statistics a little
Absolutely.
bit.
Yes. Oh, I see Buster.
Buster is in the house. You know what I did? I forgot to send the Buster picture to Kevin. It's on our other computer at the at the park. Well, leading off the bottom of the second for the Wildcats, the right fielder, number 25, Danny Pellinger. Pellinger with 8 runs scored so far this year, batting .262, having a fine freshman season, and she pitched a dandy in relief last night against the Warriors from Rice Lake.
She did pitch very well. She also had a pretty solid double. I think it was right left center gap.
Yep.
Yeah, almost to the fence. And that was a run scorer, I know for sure.
Peckman gets that strike on the outside corner. 2-1 the count. Wildcats with 2 hits on the day, and the Chieftain with 1. Pellinger swings through that one to run the count to 2-2. Steve, does Danny get her hitting prowess from? Would that be from her mom, Brandy, or does she get it from her dad?
I'm not quite sure. Probably.
I'd say it's her mom actually probably drives her to more stuff than her dad, so I think it's probably her mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. Oh. I don't know about that.
Alexis Peckman on the mat for Osceola, and Pellinger hits a line shot past the third baseman, just foul.
I'm not quite sure how she hit that. That had to be about an inch and a half off the ground.
She looked like she took out the 3-wood and kind of scooted up on it and was trying to bend it around a dogleg left, didn't she? She kind of took an inside-out swing, slices that one off to first base, and a little too tough to handle for first baseman Mackenzie Grady.
And so she did swing at that last pitch before this one. It was a little low, but she's got 2 strikes on her.
Yep.
So you'd much rather have her up there, like thinking, if it's close, I'm hacking at it, because you don't want to watch the third strike.
Yeah, you are 100% correct, Mr. Aderman. Pellinger looks at that one high. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. Alexis Peckman on the rubber for Osceola. Kibble fouls one straight back. That's out of play. Harper Scherz comes in to check the scene out here in the press box.
I think she's mainly here to make sure we don't mess anything up.
Sure. She's the foreman today. Grabs the binoculars. Pellinger at the plate. She's going to take ball 4, and that's a
nice
good.
at-bat.
That's a great at bat by Danny.
Must have been 8 pitches, wasn't it? Yeah, 3 fouls for sure.
Now batting the number 8 hitter in the lineup, designated player number 13, Sydney Kibble. Paul, I'm going to put my sweatshirt on. You can.
Okay. All right. Oh, nice hit. Sydney Kibble drives the ball over to right field. Nice line drive. Runners on first and second. So the freshman, Sydney Kibble. I saw her do a little hand clap down there. She's fired up.
I just want to reinforce that Steve has the most underappreciated job on the planet.
I'm going to tell you guys, this is not easy. So don't talk to me. Actually, this is one of those things where just leave me alone. I got to do this shit.
You're right.
This stuff.
Yeah. You're right.
Oh, sweet bunt.
Yeah, That was Ava Larson lays down a bunt to move the runners over, but she beats a clean field, clean throw. And Ava Larson quick down the line for an infield single. I think, yep, Steve, official score, Steve Manfred called it a hit.
Yeah, I'd say it's a hit.
I'd say it's a hit.
Yep, she beat the throw off.
Yeah, there was a clean throw or clean field, clean throw. Ava Larson at first. Bases are loaded for Lily Burke, and Lily Burke takes a swing at that one.
So you think about the bottom of the lineup coming through. We had 7, 8, 9. We had a walk by Pellinger. Nice line drive by Kivel. Good bunt. Even if we would have had second players on second and third with the top of our lineup up, that's what you want.
That's exactly what you want. And the next 3 hitters for the Wildcats could be getting dangerous for Osceola as Burke, Torres, and Schwanz combined for over 45 RBI on the season. Burke sends one sky high to center, but that's going to be well deep enough for Pellinger to score from third, and that'll put the Wildcats up 2-0.
Yeah, and you know, one of the things that I was most excited about, Danny Pellinger was on third base. As soon as she hit that ball, she knew it was into the outfield, and she did not move off the base. And that's so key.
Yeah, smart
because
play.
if it lands, you're scoring easy. She was just stuck right there, and there's not that many girls that do that enough.
Well, that was a good changeup from Alexis Peckman on the rubber to catcher Jordan Torres. Torres with 2 home runs on the season, 9 RBI.
I think she struck her out on the changeup last time. First inning.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Torres Kate in the first. And slices that one. That's going to be too long of a run for first baseman Mackenzie Grady. 1-2 your count. Peckman on the rubber. And Torres at the plate. Sydney Kibble at second. Ava Larson at first. There they are. Great camera shot from the Godfather, Kevin Westhouse. That one in the dirt, and both Wildcats will advance. Is it 60 feet? Is that right?
Yeah, pretty close.
60 feet
It's
bases?
60.
Might be. What's that?
60 feet.
Yeah.
60 feet bases. Peckman delivers. Torres, good eye, takes it high.
That looked like one she could have unloaded on.
Yeah, so here's all what Steve's controlling right here. He's got his balls, his strikes, his scores. He's got the batter up. Torres,
Batters, pitchers, runners
yeah.
on base.
That seems a lot easier than what I'm doing.
And Torres takes her.
It's a lot easier.
So I just want to say this. If you're watching, well, you are watching this because you're listening to us, hit the like button. All likes today go to Steve for running that scoreboard. Give him some love. He literally has a sweat going right now.
I do. I'm not lying.
And ladies and gentlemen, bases are loaded for the
Oh,
hexa.
that's
Jordan Schwanz, and Schwanz hits a bullet off the bag, and she rakes in 2 RBI to put the Wildcats ahead 4-0.
If that wouldn't have hit the bag, that was easily just a down the line stand up double.
Left fielder number 2, Alexis Ralston.
And after the double by Schwanz, it brings up the left fielder, Alexis Ralston. And Burke, Torres, and Schwanz, the Wildcat trifecta, has done it again for Coach Matt Smith. Burke with a sac fly. Torres takes the walk, her 8th leading on the season. And Schwanz singles off off the bag. Kevin, what would that be? So we got all kinds of names. What do you call that? That's probably been a flush rocket.
That's a flush rocket right there.
Yeah. What happened there, Paul? Was that a single?
Yep, we had a base
Single.
hit right between first and second.
I was looking over at all the words Kevin has
Schwanz-
over there on the wall.
Schwanz made a heads up play not to get hit by the ball because it could have hit her if she wasn't paying attention.
So Ralston has a RBI single and moves Schwanz over to third as well, and that will bring up second baseman Georgia Bankston. Just one down here in the bottom of the second. Ralston will slide on down to second on that. Second and third, one down. Bankston at the plate. Peckman gets her sign and delivers inside and a little low.
Yeah, it's fun how many people are out here watching.
Oh, it's a ton of people.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, you went to a high school softball game.
That's going to be tough to handle, too, and Georgia Bankston with an infield hit as well.
That sounded like her bat cracked or something, didn't it?
She hit it right on the tip of it for sure.
It's very possible. Those things are pretty fragile. Those $500 bats, and they're pretty fragile in the cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, you usually think the more you pay, the tougher you get, but not necessarily with bats.
Not the case.
Well, one thing that you like to do if you're a Wildcat fan is when you're keeping the book, which I am, you have to move your innings over. So Morgan Kibble, the ninth hitter in the bottom of the second. Bases loaded, one down, and first baseman Morgan Kibble at the plate. 1-1 your count. Kibble hits a shot to third. Nice play by Mackenzie Rudd over at the hot corner to get her out, but not before a fielder's choice brings in one more run. Schwann scores to make it 6-0. Ralston will head to third, and Bankston will move over to second.
Well, I think that ball was hit so hard she probably could have had a double play, but I think it was hit so hard she just didn't even think to go. She could have done 3-1.
Pellinger hits a rocket to center. But Peyton Everson's right there for Osceola, and that will be the final out of the inning. Wildcats batted around, but not before they scored 1, 2, 3, 4. They scored 5 runs on 4 hits and 2 walks.
Hey, Greg, let's take our visitors that are watching today around the park. Watch your monitor, and you can explain what's going on.
All right, well, right there. Coach Campos, there we go. Well, you can see Bob Burrows over there sauntering around with his camera in the blue sweatshirt. Most of your fans are going to be over here to the left. Yep, so they're – and as always, we also have to thank First National Bank of River Falls. They not only the namesake of this field here, but they also sponsor the – Wildcat, the River Falls Sports Broadcasting, they buy not all the equipment, but a lot of it. Some of the different sports, such like softball, good crowd. Yeah, so we'd like to thank. So the softball program, some of the parents were talking, they wanted to get, it makes it hard because there's not hardwired internet out there, but we got some wireless internet going, and River City Stitched helped us buy some equipment, as did Johnny's Bar, and also Dana and Jeremy Cudd Property Executives Realty. So thank you to those businesses. They sincerely appreciate your support.
It looks like we got a couple of players coming up to the booth. It looks like Sid Kivel and Meredith Emery are coming up.
They're knocking on the door. There's a ground ball to second base. Or was that a fly ball? No, that was Elena. Elena, that was Sirovatka. Elena Sirovatka lined out to Bankston for out number 1.
So Sydney Kivel took a break from her designated hitter duties to come up and tell us the girls want us to play some music. And Coach Scott Emery's daughter, Meredith, was with her. Got a little flare down the right side for a foul ball.
All right, one down here in the top of the third, and it brings up the catcher, Maisie Gillespie.
I did.
Aderman's been on cruise control since she was having some problems with the grip on the wet ball, but after the first couple batters of the game, she settled in nicely, and she's been on cruise control. Surrendered just 1 hit so far. Aderman delivers. There's a hot shot to second. They might have a chance with her at first.
Oh, yeah. At first I thought they did.
Maisie Gillespie goes with the pitch, a solid single to right.
So who is in charge of the music up here?
Well, Steve.
Steve, so he could play a little between innings.
Well, what the girls don't understand is that with a lot of things, the girls just think and a lot of people just think things magically appear and happen,
no,
and they don't realize that Steve's also announcing the players. He's also doing the scoreboard.
Right.
And you have a little bit of time to play some music in between innings, but if you start doing walk-up music, you can't get the score. Then the scoreboard suffers.
Oh.
So I tell you what, here's what happened today, Paul. You're not going to believe this.
What? How's she not out?
So I texted Jordan Schwanz earlier this morning and said, hey, as a reminder, tell the younger girls that it'll be damp out there, and when you're sliding into second or third, you slide head first and grab the bag with both hands because you're going to slide off. And also remember too,
how are you not out on that?
If Osceola is sliding, they're going to overslide the base. They're not going to know, and you get ready for that second tag.
How are you not out on that?
And she did.
Well, Jordan Schwantz made a great heads-up play. The girl slid past the bag and tagged her. I don't know how they can't call her
I
out.
don't either.
That's what baseball is, or softball. If you don't get on the bag, you're out.
Yeah. She's out. I think they're.
Yeah. I don't think they're changing it, though. That's interesting. Apparently, due to the conditions, you're safe.
What condition? That's it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't.
Well,
Haderman.
We saw an interesting
right down the middle.
We saw an interesting play last week too, Greg.
Which
the slide into third.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. 1-2 the count, and Layla Brown fouls that one back. 1-2. One down here in the top of the third inning. Wildcats stake to a 6-0 lead. Wildcats already 7 hits on the afternoon. And nice changeup there by Aderman on the outside part of the plate. You couldn't have drawn that one up any better, Paul.
No, that was just about perfect. Yep, right where you want it. Slowed it down just enough to fool her.
With 2 down and Gillespie on second base, it brings up center fielder Peyton Everson. Everson's had a couple of good plays in center field so far today.
Yeah, she's got some good range out there too. Yeah, I would agree. She's kind of patrolling out there and kind of controlling the whole group in the outfield for their team.
Where we're the Godfather Kevin Westhouse has those field mics. You can almost start a kind of eavesdrop and listen in on some of the Mama Bears conversations during the game.
110%.
Just hope I don't hear my sister swearing.
And Aderman gets Everson out on strikes for the third out of the inning. Aderman had 2 strikeouts in the third, and that is her 5th strikeout on the game. So Audra Aderman on cruise control for the Wildcats. Pitching a gem so far. We head to the bottom of the third inning. So coming up for the Wildcats, Sydney Kibble, who was just up here asking about walk-up music.
Right.
And Ava Larson and Lily Burke.
Well, I did notice between innings, Ava Larson and Mo Kivel looked like they were doing a TikTok out there, but I didn't see their phone, so I'm not really sure.
Talk about keeping it loose if you're a team.
Yeah, they're doing some dancing. Jesus, there's Harmon.
Hey, Greg, let's do a little crowd surfing, see if you know anybody in there.
Let's see. Let me take my glasses off here. There's Angie Clifton, right there on your left. Coach Mark Varese over there doing some dancing. Brian McQuaid. There's some of the baseball parents too are rooting on their softball sisters. There's Jess McQuaid. Good crowd. Concession stands open. Got some.
Let's go right in there. Let's order something.
Yeah.
What time does the lodge open?
It's open. It's not for just for hot chocolate.
Not for
lodge
right beverages until the grouper
completion of the
grouper game,
the varsity boys game. Then the Liney's Lodge will be open for business after that.
Hey, Greg, who do you have up here leading off?
Well, leading off for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the third inning is designated player number 13, Sydney Kibble. Sydney Kibble batting .217 on the year. She has 5 RBI. Kibble in the box against Osceola pitcher Alexis Peckman. Kibble rips one to the right side, but Nice play over there at second
Yeah, she hit
by
that.
Elena. This is Kevin. This is an all name team honorable mention right here. Elena Sirovatka.
That's pretty good.
So Kibble 4-3 ground out for out number 1. This brings up the third baseman, Ava Larson. Larson again with a 92% fielding percentage at the hot corner.
You know, I'd say to be fair to Ava, you know, she struggled a little bit early on. Last couple games, she's been hitting the ball solid.
And she's just a sophomore, correct?
Correct.
Larson sends one slicing foul on the right field side. It's going to be fouled by about 4 or 5 feet. 2-1 the count, and Larson will step back in the box.
And with this field, I mean, you know, the girls aren't used to that much room between the foul lines and the fence.
Yeah.
So you get a foul ball that's spinning, or a ball that,
Yeah.
you know, that's spinning goes foul. It'll be, you could do a lot of running.
Peckman's 2-1 pitch a little inside. 3-1 is your count. Larson at the plate. Swings at an inside fastball just over it. Runs the count full. Yeah, Paul, I think the weatherman says the weather is just supposed to be getting better and better as the hours. And Kibble rips one up the middle.
Oh, that was Ava Larson.
Or excuse me, Ava Larson.
Yeah, she hit that solid.
And that's Larson's second single of the day. She's 2 for 2.
I think she might have hit it off the pitcher's right leg.
Yeah, it just kind of skimmed right off of her shin, or off of her ankle. And now up in the box with one down and one on. Center fielder, senior Lily Burke.
Hit her toe. I just rewatched that.
Hit her toe. Jeez.
Was it her right toe?
Yeah, I'm sure it was right.
It was her just off her right toe.
If something hit me off my right toe, I'd be out for a week.
Lily Burke leading the Wildcats in doubles, triples, and home runs. Takes an inside pitch.
Oh.
And that's going to be a error at second base. And Sydney Kivel will reach third. Or excuse me, Ava Larson will reach third. It'll be probably E4. Is that what you called it, Steve? Oh,
I think E5. Was it?
well, it looked
the
like
throw
the throw was right
the
there.
throw
The
was
second
okay.
baseman looked
Okay.
like she just missed it.
With all those tools Steve has
Yeah.
over there, I'm not sure how he'd mess that up.
Yeah. Well, I was asking the Steve Manfred.
Oh, okay.
Burke swipes second with ease. Yeah, the second. Yeah, I think it was the second baseman. But so now in the box for the Wildcats, catcher Jordan Torres. She takes a changeup for a strike. That changeup's kind of gotten Torres a little bit today, hasn't it?
It has definitely, and I would say, like, statistically, I'd be surprised if she didn't get a hit right now. First two at bats were not her best. This one,
She was a little out in front of that. That changeup got her there too. And Larson tags up and scores from third. So a sac fly for Torres. Sac fly and an RBI for out number 2. Larson scores to make it 7-zip Wildcats. And next up for the Wildcats, number 22, the shortstop, Jordan Schwanz. Schwanz rips one to third again. And nice play by Mackenzie Rudd at third for the third out of the inning. Alexis Peckman went through Murderer's Row, Burke, Torres, and Schwanz, and ended up in the inning.
and Jordan didn't really break out of the box very quick
No.
after she hit that. I think she'd have been safe had she took off right away.
So that's the fourth. So we head to the top of the fourth inning. Wildcats up 7-zip. And we'll thank our sponsors one more time.
Let's do
Kevin.
that.
So,
Let's start with this one here. How about First National Bank?
yeah, they were voted by the Chamber of Commerce and all the chamber members as the 2023 River Falls Large Business of the Year. Congratulations to First National Bank of River Falls.
Proud
Go
proud
ahead.
sponsors of everything Wildcat Sport right here on the River Falls Sports YouTube network.
Yeah, First National Bank down in downtown River Falls in Prescott and on the campus of UWRF. Also, thanks to River City Stitch for screen printing, embroidery, all your promotional products and design. Go see Callie down at River City Stitch. They're in River Falls and Prescott. And always thanks to Johnny's Bar since 1946. Boy, Paul, you had a lot of youth softball meetings at Johnny's, didn't you? Getting that program going,
I think
or kind of getting it. It was started already, but getting it going.
I think that's how we solved everything.
Yeah, they call it the corner of knowledge down there at the corner of Johnny's Bar, and
Made it easier.
and also thanks again to Team Dana and Jeremy Cutt at Property Executives Realty. Thanks, Dana and Jeremy. We really appreciate all your support on the River Falls Sports Broadcasting Network. Well, leading off the top of the fourth here for the Chieftain is cleanup hitter number 7, Mackenzie Grady. Aderman surrendered just 2 hits so far today. She has 5 strikeouts. As we head to the top of the fourth, she gets Grady to swing at an outside fastball.
Mom and I went to place up on 63. Well, that's no longer existent.
Well, Paul, did Audra talk to you a little bit about last night's game? I know she's been pitching really well, but and again, I wasn't at the game. I was watching it on Game Changer, but just she gave up a few runs in the first couple innings. And what did Coach Smith say to her after the game?
Good question. I did not talk to her last night. We actually made it home from the game after her, and then I left this morning to help set up the field before she got home, and then I, back here. So,
but she's coming back in a big way here today. So Grady grounds out to Schwans at short for the first out of the inning, and next up is shortstop Riley Hall.
On the way to Mom, if you go down in,
yeah, I think anytime you're pitching, depending on how it's going, if you don't get a play here, don't get a play there, and all of a sudden then you walk somebody and those things kind of add up, and then it's
Snowball effect.
Well,
Hall rips one to short, but right at Jordan Schwans for the second out of the inning.
Baseball and softball is momentum, and how things are just going on at a certain moment are so important. And I'd say last night we had a few times where things didn't go our way, and that just happens.
Well, 2 up, 2 down for Aderman. Ball 1 here to third baseman Mackenzie Rudd. Rudd made a good play at third last inning on Schwans, and the hacksaw Jordan Schwans trying to return the favor as Aderman has a little slippery pill that sails over Torres's glove. Starting to brighten up here just a little bit out here on the field.
Yeah.
That one at the letters a little high, 3-0.
Nicest part of the day so far.
Aderman gets that one right on the inside part of the plate. 3-1 your count. Well, if you're just joining us too, as that's ball 4 to Rudd. We'll have a different. You have to if you're watching from home, and the Osceola Chieftain and River Falls Wildcats baseball squads will square off about 45 minutes after this game is done. That'll be on a different link, so you have to close out of this one and go back onto that. And then if you really want to watch some more baseball, the Fighting Fish and River Falls Groupers will play a scrimmage game as Brooke McDonald steps in, takes ball 1 from Aderman. Kevin, you going to have that call, the Fish call, or are you going to be done for the day after the baseball game?
I think that'll be it.
Okay.
Someone said, I don't know if that's compelling enough to put on.
Yeah, I agree. So fans are going to have to come down in person to watch that game.
Will you be on the hill, or where will you be at?
We're probably going to throw, I'm guessing the groupers will probably throw Big Dave Meyer, give the Fish some decent look. But, yeah, I might throw an inning. And Brooke McDonald takes a walk for – and so we got Chieftain on first and second. There's 2 down, and it brings up the pitcher, Alexis Peckman. Aderman rocks and delivers. Peckman swings through a strike right on the inside part of the plate. Peckman rips one to short,
Smart play.
and Schwanz throws it over to third for the third out of the inning. And Jordan Schwanz holds a record held by Minnie. She made all 3 outs of that inning.
Can't get better than that in one inning.
6-5. Yeah. All right. Well, Osceola gets 2 walks, but they leave 2 stranded. No runs, and Wildcats will head to the bottom of the 4th. Wildcats up 7-zip. Steve, how's you getting a hold of that a little bit?
Not really, but we're getting
Yeah,
there.
he's doing a great job.
You're
We
too
got
kind.
him signed off on that, so he'll be available now.
Yeah.
But I also, did anybody bring any Advil? Because you might need.
I
some.
do. I
Steve,
have
what do
it.
you
Yeah.
got?
I was just thinking you should say that the reason you're not doing the grouper game is you're in a carriage dispute with Comcast.
Right. Oh yeah. So Comcast has that contract. So for the fish grouper game, and they've got that one. They've got that one.
Bally's the River
Valley
Falls
Sports North.
Sports YouTube
Yeah.
Network doesn't have that contract.
We're in negotiations on
Yeah.
that, and it's blacked out tonight on
That's right.
the River Falls Sports YouTube Network. But we're working on that heavy contract with the River Falls Fighting Fish and the River Falls Groupers. And you have to get down here.
That's right.
That's what we want. We want you.
Well, Coach Ryan Schurz is sauntering on over to his first base box. And leading off for the Wildcats here in the bottom of the 4th inning is number 2, the left fielder, Alexis Ralston. I think it's 10. Peckman still on the rubber for Osceola. Ralston rips one through the hole. And that is Ralston's second hit of the afternoon. She walked in the first, singled in the second, and now singled in the 4th. Georgia Bankston now up for the Wildcats. She's 2 for 2 today with 2 singles. She had a single in the first and the second as well. Squares DeMont, pulls it back, ball 1. Ralston leading the Wildcats in stolen bases, Steve, over on first.
Yeah, she's quick.
But yeah, with a 7-0 lead, I'm not guessing she'll be looking to swipe any bases here, unless there's a pass ball. Georgia Bankson with a cool, crisp, clean 976 fielding percentage. That's impressive over at second base.
Yep.
Little inside-out swing over to right field. That's going to drop. And Georgia Bankston with her 3rd hit of the game. 3 for 3. And it brings up the first baseman, number 11, Morgan Kibble. 2 on, nobody out. Wildcats with 10 hits on the afternoon. There's a little changeup for a strike on Kibble. Well, Paul, you missed a sharp single through the left side for Ralston, and then Georgia Bankston ripped one to right.
I saw that one. It's probably misleading on this field, but their outfielders feels like they're playing pretty deep.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
But when you just walk onto this field for the first time, you don't really realize.
Well, you kind of it gets you with your line of sight because you see the actual sort of the brown carpet / dirt.
Yeah.
And you sort of want to go play your average space, and they're like, well, actually it's not where the infield ends on a regular softball field. Kibble hits one high, and it's foul. Long run for left fielder Brooke McDonald. She can't quite come up with it.
Nice try. She ran a long ways.
Yeah, she did. Good effort.
Good effort by McDonald over there in left, but still nobody out. Kibble at the plate. 0-2 is your count. And Peckman delivers. Kibble sends a soft liner to second. It's going to drop and spin just like a pitching wedge.
Oh.
And instead of going to second, Oh, did they call an infield fly rule? That's not the correct call, though, but.
Well, maybe they just called her out at first because the runners can't move on. Oh, they can advance on their own.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But she was safe at first, wasn't she?
she was, but they might have called
Oh.
infield fly before that.
But then the batters, then you can't go to second.
Yeah,
then.
they can go on their
on
own.
their own. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
The question
Okay.
the question there is, did that ball reach an appreciable height?
I don't think it did, but maybe that's what they said.
It
So,
depends on our age what we think appreciable is.
Yeah.
Did I say that?
So Kibble with the first out of the inning. This is right fielder Danny Pellinger with 2 on and 1 out. Yeah. Yeah, we got 2 softballs on the net over there. Right there. Great camera work there by the Godfather, Kevin Westhouse. Bob Burrows was thinking about trying to get him off, but he thought otherwise. Pellinger takes a ball high, ball 2. 2-1 your count, 1 down.
Hey, if you see Bob Burrow scaling the net, let me
Yeah.
know because I want to get
Yeah.
that on camera.
Okay. Ball 3 to Pellinger. Pellinger walked in the second and scored. She flew out to center in the second. Pellinger hits one to third. Kind of bobbled a little bit, and Pellinger will reach first. And Ralston will score. So 8-0 now your score. Wildcats on top.
Yeah, and 11 hits.
Yeah, 11.
You got a pretty active book going there.
I do. Now, next up for the Wildcats, a designated player, Sidney Kibble.
Active was a nice way to put that. It looks like Rodney Dangerfield's scorecard on the front 9 in
Oh.
Caddyshack.
There.
Before he broke his arm.
And it's all in red. Like every time I glance over there, I feel like the teacher's handing me something back.
That's right. Kibble stands in there, takes one high.
That's kind of how you
3-0.
know how you knew if it was good or bad by
That's
how much
right.
red when you first saw the first paper handed to
See
you.
a lot of red, you got
Yeah.
you're gonna be dropping your head down.
Yeah.
Kibble singled in the second and scored. She grounded out to second in the third. Takes strike 1 there.
Yeah, and that's still one you could let go. 3-0.
Yep.
Make her come back sweet to you.
Sydney just fouled that one off back. 3-2 is your count.
Boy, it's amazing the crowd we have here today.
Yeah.
A lot
Fun.
of people. Pretty fun. Yep.
Yeah, good for the girls.
Yeah.
There we go.
There's a shot to second. Heads up play by
Yep, that was Danny.
second baseman Elena Sirovatka. But Pellinger slid back in safe, so F4 if you're scoring at home for out number 2.
Looked like she had some rug burns. I think her dad and mom are going to have to get her some sliding elbow
Yeah.
pads.
And next up for the Wildcats, third baseman Ava Larson. Larson singled and scored in the second and singled and scored in the third. She's 2 for 2 on the afternoon. A lot of runs scored here by the 7th, 8th, and 9th hitters for the Wildcats. And Larson grounds out on a fielder's choice. 6-5, so for the third out of the inning.
Yeah, when you were
And
talking
we'll head
about
to the top of the 5th. Go ahead.
talking about sliding, Greg, Georgia Bankston must have heard your advice because she slid real early, and boy, she slid a long ways.
Well, I only told Schwann's, but I told her to remind the young ones sometime because they haven't. Schwann's has played out here quite a bit actually, but they haven't played out here. This is their first time out this year, so some of the
Yep.
freshmen they've probably played out here for practice and all that.
Oh, God, yeah.
for sure.
Yep.
So it's not like they've never played here, but sometimes playing, and even if you've played in a game out here, but was it wet?
Right, right.
Maybe not.
When I noticed
There's the Osceola. You're looking there at the Osceola Chieftain dugout. the Osceola baseball team will be playing next. So if you are an Osceola Chieftain fan and you're going to watch a little baseball, just a reminder, you'll have to close out of this link, and then the baseball link will be on a different. You'll see it right there on the River Falls Sports YouTube page. You can just go click on that one here. I'm guessing they'll take about 45 minutes to get warmed up and get ready to play. Get the portable fence off the field, get the mound back on there, and the backstop. But you guys did it in about 25 minutes.
25 minutes to put it all
so
up.
it'd probably be about the same time. And then,
it always depends on just like how kind of organized it is.
Right.
That's the biggest thing.
You guys are a little bit more tired, though, now than you were at 7:30 a.m.
Yeah, we had a lot of energy at 7:30.
Well, leading off the top of the fifth for the Osceola Chieftain is second baseman Elena Sirovatka.
Oh, it looks like we got a pitcher change.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, we got
Brenna Clifton is coming in.
Freshman Brenna Clifton on the rubber for the Wildcats now. Audrey Aderman had a good 4 innings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 strikeouts. So good afternoon, good 4 innings of work for Aderman. I'm not sure what Osceola coach Campo's got going on. Maybe they have some changes coming up. We'll have to get our roster out just in case they do.
Yeah.
Yep, Brenna Clifton.
Brenna Clifton.
Number 8.
Westhouse is going to get that pitching change on your screen for you. Clifton's first pitch a little outside. Sirovatka in the box for the Chieftain. Brenna Clifton has 17.1 innings pitched on the season. She's with 1 win. She has a save. She's walked 8 on the year, struck out 7, and she has a 4.44 ERA. Sirovatka flies that one to left and hauled in by Ralston for out number 1.
Yeah, and when I was talking about the outfielders, like our outfielders have played here more, and they're not playing quite as deep. That would have been a tough ball to catch if Alexis wouldn't have been playing in that spot.
And Ralston got a good jump on that too. She saw that off the bat well and broke on it really early. So now batting for Osceola, the catcher Maisie Gillespie. Clifton throwing strikes, and Gillespie a C&I single through the hole right up the middle. And Gillespie's 2 for 3 on the afternoon. She struck out in the first, singled in the third, and now single here in the 5th inning. And it brings up the right fielder, Layla Brown. Layla Brown walked in the first and struck out in the third.
Good time to turn double play.
Clifton tries the inside part of the plate, just a little bit off. Well, when you get the wind coming, Paul, from like the west side, like you're like in a little cradle in here because you're not. But when it's coming in from the north, then it comes in right through the window.
Well, the wind definitely switched.
Yeah,
I mean it switched.
It's blowing in now.
Yeah, it switched quite a bit.
Coming from the northeast. Clifton runs the count 3-0. Gillespie on first, 1 down. And Layla Brown at the plate for the Chieftains. That one right on the knees inside. Brown wasn't real happy about that.
It almost sounded like it hit something.
That's what I thought too.
Hit the ground, I think. We'll take it.
There's a liner to Bankston at second for out number 2. No play at first.
The runner almost did the Scooby-Doo there.
Yeah.
She took off, and her feet were doing the. Uh-oh.
That was the best sound effect all day, by the way.
Center fielder Peyton Everson in the box now for Osceola. Clifton fires and delivers a nice little changeup right on the inside part of the plate. Pulled the string on that one, Paul.
Yeah, no, that was nice. She's got a nice changeup.
Brenna Clifton, change-up number 2.
And
Way ahead in the count.
And
0-2.
no matter how easy that looks to hit when you're watching, it's not.
Throws another one, fielded by Larson at third, over to first to Kibble for out number 3. And Clifton comes in and does her job just fine. The Chieftain had left one on. They had one hit. No one scored. And we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Wildcats on top, 8-zip.
Greg, can you remind me, what does the Kurt Brunn sign say?
It says, hold on, let me fill the book in here. It says, let's go check it out. See if the camera. Well, Kurt Brunn's just because he wanted to donate to the ballpark and just for a little joke, but it says, we'll zoom in it. But it says, I'm not running for office, and I just want my name on a sign, basically.
That's so Kurt Bruns. He's
Yeah.
so funny. And if he was running for office, he would win.
Yeah, right there. I'm not running for office. I just wanted a sign with my name on it.
Oh, that's
Kurt
fabulous.
Bruns.
That's
Hey,
fabulous.
there's a ton of people that one of the other things like Kurt and Julie Bruns have done, and they've kind of been a sort of quiet benefactors in town. I mean, just the stuff they've done. Like this ballpark actually is Kurt Bruns was on the original, River Falls Baseball Council that helped get this going.
Yep.
And he was a big part of it. And then also the River Falls State Bank Gymnastics Center.
Yep.
Julie Bruns, Kurt's wife, was, if she's not around, that doesn't happen.
Right.
Because she had her involvement with the River Falls Gymnastics program is second to none, and that gorgeous facility they have there there was a lot of people that put in a lot of time for that too, but Julie Bruns was right at the top of the heap with that.
They are, and you're not going to have as much fun as you're going to have with either one of them.
Oh,
they're a ton of fun.
Well, Brunsy, he's a good guy. Well, leading off the top of the 5th for the Wildcats, center fielder Lily Burke. Lily Burke sends one high and deep to right field, and it's foul. Boy, she has some bat speed, doesn't she?
She does. And, you stand next to her, and she just looks kind of like a little peanut.
Yeah.
But, boy, she's got a lot of energy in her body.
There's, when you kind of watch ball players and stuff, and like Lily Burke has great hands, like her, just her the hands, not only with the glove and stuff, but just like when she drops the bat down. I mean, just strong, quick hands, and the ball just gets turned around in a big way when she takes a rip at it. Just missed that one, pounded it into the ground. 0-2 is the count.
Legend would have it she probably was the best 8th grade football player in River Falls.
I've heard that from numerous people. Burke absolutely tattoos that single to right field. That was scorched to right. That was hit right on the button. Lily Burke with a single to right, and it brings up the catcher. They call her the Jet, Jordan Torres. There's Burke on first. They call her the Diesel. Torres takes one high, ball one. I promised Kevin Westhouse there was going to be a home run today, so we're going to hopefully see it here in the next 2 batters. If you're a Wildcat fan.
That was a pretty healthy hack right there. She tried to hit that one to Baldwin.
Well, knowing those 3 seniors, Burke, Torres, and Schwanz, Torres is in 3rd place in the home run department. I think did she lead the team in home runs last year, I believe?
She did. I think she had 6.
Six or seven. So she's in 3rd place, so I'm guessing she probably wants to get higher on that list. And she's going to try to do it right here. Wildcats with 12 hits on the afternoon. Combined effort between Aderman and Clifton, holding the Osceola to 3 hits. Torres works that count to 2-2. Nobody out. Burke on first. Jordan Torres at the plate, and Wildcats with an 8-zip lead. Torres absolutely smashes one. You can call it a blister if you want.
I'd call that a clown punch.
That is a clown punch. Paul Aderman with the descriptive adjective. A clown punch to left by Torres. And then Wildcats are in the litter box for Jordan Schwanz.
Good Lord, did she hammer that thing.
That was tattooed. Pass ball. The hacksaw, Jordan Schwanz up with runners on second and third. Nobody out. And what home run would end it, wouldn't it? Is it a 10 run after 5?
Yes, it is. Yep.
And Coach Campo, Chieftain Coach Campo is going
You know,
to come out to the circle to have a little meeting with her chieftains.
we've all played or coached or done the little league thing or whatever it is, and there's always, all of us at some point in time have, kind of turned your head a little bit just so you didn't get hit in the face, whatever
Right.
it was. And it was almost legit. That third baseman slid out of the way.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think you could have went to many of these words where that ball was roasted, seared, tatered, ripped, scorched,
Yeah.
walloped, fleeced,
And
and
tagged.
tagged. There was a lot of those.
Yeah.
now that I think of it, I think it was a flush rocket.
It was a
Yeah.
flush. We had one of those earlier, too.
Is that the wall of adjectives?
It is the wall of adjectives.
Which one did JP was up here? He wrote one down, didn't he?
Right here.
A duck fart.
That's one that hits you about an inch above the hands. You just kind of loop one in there.
All right, so with nobody out, runners on second and third, and the hacksaw is in the box for the Wildcats.
We haven't talked much about the baller of the game.
Well, you
Do we have
Georgia Bankston's 3 for 3.
That's pretty solid.
It's pretty tough to beat 3 for 3.
Do we have any people watching that are weighing in?
Yeah, go on there real quick and check it out and see if you're watching, you want to chime in with your vote for the River City Stitch baller of the game. Schwanz walks. She seems disgusted with that.
Well, they say that those girls really protect your
And with bases loaded, it brings up the left fielder, Alexis Ralston.
Yeah, they chase stuff away.
Oh, Penny Keith is watching.
Hey, Penny, how you doing? Melissa Wilson, Mama Wilson, we like to call her, is. Ralston kind of fists one off and it finds some dirt. And Lily Burke will score on that one, but they're going to get Jordan Torres out on a fielder's choice for out number 1. So with 1 down, second baseman Georgia Bankston will come to the plate. She can pretty much solidify her baller of the game right here with a game-ending single. She's got Jordan Schwanz on second. There's 1 down. Wildcats up 9-0 here in the 5th. Bankston rips one foul off the net.
Do you guys go down to the dugout then and get your baller of the game and bring them up? Is that how you work that?
That's how we usually do it.
All right.
That's how we usually do it. So I don't know, but we'll have to actually have him. Kevin, we could probably do it on the field if you want.
You can. I've got a mic.
Because we
here.
got to. Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's do that.
You
Because
see in the on deck circle, that's where you want them.
Okay.
And I'll.
do you want to do it, Kevin?
No, you do.
All right. So Bankston grounds out into a fielder's choice. Mackenzie Rudd steps on third for the second out of the inning. And so we've got runners. We got Ralston and Bankston on first and second, and it's going to bring up the first baseman, Morgan Kibble, with 2 down.
The Stolskis from Michigan are online watching Jordan Schwanz and the rest of the Cats. I'm pretty sure their son, I've met him a few times, is playing at U of M. He's playing football for the Gophers.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I've met him over at the Schwanz's house.
Yep. Yeah, he's a good kid. He's right in that. Well, I think him and Andrew and Jaden might be the same age, so I'm sure they've been in the same group of trouble. I mean, not that Schwanz kids are ever in trouble.
No. Angels, all of them. Well, Morgan Kibble in the box, 3-0 is your count, 2 down. Kibble takes a strike 1.
I think she'd like to see that one again.
Yeah. Not only a smart play, but also an unwritten rule, 9-0. Swinging 3-0 is kind of a no-no. Kibble rips one through the hole, and Ralston is Coach Smith's gonna hold her up at third.
I think he wanted her to go, but I think she misread the signal.
Kibble with the single. And it brings up freshman right.
Nope.
Oh, well, we got a pinch
substitution.
hitter, Steve.
It's like Kenna Cook.
Kenna Cook.
Yeah, Kenna Cook's gonna pinch hit for Danny Pellinger.
Number 3, McKenna Cook.
I'm not going to be able to get that changed fast enough.
No,
I'm
that's
just gonna
fine.
go with it.
So, does she go by Kenna Cook or McKenna?
Well,
Either one.
I think parents call her McKenna. I call her Kenna.
Okay. Well, whatever you call her,
Cookie.
she could be the final batter of the game here if Ralston scores from third base. Wildcats up 9 here in the bottom of 5.
Oh,
And
boy.
McKenna Cook absolutely tattoos one, but just foul.
that would have been fun for her.
Just a few feet foul down the left field line. One, 2 your count, 2 down. Bases are full of Wildcats. Ralston on third, Bankston on second, and Morgan Kibble on first. McKenna Cook at the plate. She fouls one up, and a catcher makes a good play for out number 3.
Yeah, and in the books that looks like a pop-up out, but the pitch before that,
Yeah.
man, she got all of
Yeah,
it.
good.
Just
She
little
took a good
foul.
swing on that.
3 hits,
So
left on base.
in the bottom of the 5th, Wildcats get 1 run on 1, 2, 3 hits, and left 3 on base. We head to the top of the 6th inning, and we'll take this opportunity to say thanks to our sponsors, River City Stitch and on 2nd Street in River Falls and downtown Prescott. Also, Johnny's Bar since 1946. Owners Cheryl and Dave Dentman do a ton of good stuff for the town, and also Team Dana and Jeremy Cudd with Property Executives Realty. Jeremy and Dana, thanks for all you do for River Falls Wildcat softball.
Yeah,
And-
we also have to go right here. Euchre tournament, Sunday, May 19th, $25 per person down there at the American Legion. And
Post 121.
Post 121.
Does Gary Lubick have anything to do with that?
Gary Lubick sent me this little flyer, which I took a picture of and made a slide for. So Sunday, May 19th, all proceeds go to the River Falls Baseball American Legion team.
Gary Lubick, Citizen of the Year, right?
He is a
He's
Citizen of the
he's
Year.
just about 3 people down from us here. He's right
Yeah.
below Kevin. He's always out and about.
Boy, one of the best hires that River Falls High School or the school district has made is when they hired him as I don't know if he's the head custodian or just part of the team there, but the guy does a heck of a job there too.
I'm sure he does above and beyond what's asked.
He does. So leading off the top of the 6th for Osceola, first baseman number 7, Mackenzie Grady. Grady grounded out to short in the 1st and grounded out to short in the 4th. Jordan Schwanz has had her number out in the field.
You know you live in a good community when you have a Euchre tournament fundraiser,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's a beautiful thing.
There should be a meat raffle right afterwards.
And once again, the 3rd time's the charm. Grady grounds out to Schwanz for the first out of the inning and the 3rd time of the game for her.
Batting now, shortstop.
Schwanz racking up some putouts today.
Yeah, she's had quite a few ground balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She holds a record held by Minnie as she got all 3 outs in the 4th inning. That was a line stolen from Skip Carey, who used to do the play-by-play for the Atlanta Braves back in the 80s. When maybe Bob Horner over at third base would get 3 ground outs, he'd say, Bob Horner holds a record held by Minnie. Or Glenn Hubbard over at second. How many 1982 Braves can you remember, Kevin Westhouse?
Dale Murphy?
He was one of them. I think I remember the whole lineup, but there was about 5 channels on our TV in 1982.
Yeah,
One of them was TBS. One of them was
Can hear that wind kicking up.
WGN.
WGN, and then there was ABC, NBC, and CBS. That was it. We had 5 channels.
Yeah. Sometimes you had to stand up to hang on to the antenna to
Yeah.
make it work.
Yeah. But yeah, so I definitely knew all the Atlanta Braves and the Chicago Cubs lineups from watching TV back in the day.
I'm looking at our YouTube page. What's with the guys from like Egypt that always chime in on them?
That Kevin can feel it.
I can tell you. I can tell you right now. We have 6 billion potential viewers. That's just one of them on the other side of planet Earth.
O'Reilly Hall took a walk for Osceola, and it brings up the third baseman, Mackenzie Rudd. Rudd squares to bunt, pulls back. It's a strike right down the pipe.
I think Osceola. Do you say Rudd? R-U-D-D?
It's just 1D, R-U-D.
Mm-hmm. I think she had a grandpa that was a heck of a fast pitch pitcher up that played for Farmington.
There was another Osceola fast pitch legend too that you were telling me about a few weeks ago. Was it?
Yeah, I think was it St. Croix Falls?
Or no, you're right.
Yeah, we were playing St. Croix Falls.
Yeah, St. Croix Falls.
Yeah, Bart Hansen.
That's right.
Hansen.
It was
his nephew
Falls.
was coaching. But yeah, Donnie Rudd was a longtime fast pitch pitcher. I would bet that's her grandpa.
Well, Rudd runs the count 3-1. Brenna Clifton on the rubber for the Wildcats. Wildcats up 9-zip. Racked up 14 hits on the afternoon. And Clifton gets a high inside strike called. Runs the count full.
Danny Pellinger's doing a TikTok down there in the dugout.
Like father, like daughter.
Of course.
Steve,
like father, like daughter.
Steve was doing some TikToks this morning.
Yeah, I'm an excellent dancer.
Brenna Clifton, he gets strike 3, and Rudd goes down swinging there for the second out of the inning. And it brings up the left fielder, Brooke McDonald, for Osceola. McDonald singles right, just a C&I single right through the hole. McDonald on first, moves Hall over to second, and it brings up the pitcher, Alexis Peckman.
Batting now, the pitcher, number 22, Alexis Peckman.
Boy, the sun's trying to pop out, and you'd think it'd be warming up, but it seems like it went the other way a little bit.
It almost got a little cooler. Either that or I think the wind switched and came in the box, and before we didn't have any wind.
The wind's hitting us now, and before it was behind us.
We just had all of Kevin's hot air to warm us up.
That's right.
Before.
That's
now
right.
It's
Yeah, my hands are cold.
Clifton's pitch hit to right. Nice play.
Yeah, nice
and that's
play,
not
man.
Pellinger out. Who's out and right?
Kenna Cook.
Kenna Cook.
That is Kenna. Okay,
Number
Kenna
3.
Cook's out and right, and
Yep.
that will be the third out of the inning. So nice play. That's a F9 if you're scoring at home.
Yeah, she got a nice jump on that, and made it probably look a little bit easier than what maybe it was.
So there was probably only one person, well, at least on the River Falls side, that was maybe cheering against Kenna Cook at the plate last inning, because with her getting out, Lily Burke's going to get one more at bat.
Right.
For sure. I mean, obviously if we don't score, then she'll get. Public address announcer Steve Manford's playing some good tunes right here.
He's walking like an Egyptian.
Yeah.
A lot of people dancing out here.
Oh, yeah. Walking like an Egyptian or a Wildcat. There's a lot of Kitty City energy out here today, Paul.
There is lots of people, which is super exciting. Everybody. Once the winter gets done, they want to get outside and hang out. And I see Jason Schwantz is probably one of the only people here that has short sleeves on.
Oh, he's a beast is what he is. He's a beast.
He is right down there by the tables, the stand-up tables. Orange and black.
He's standing where the cool kids are.
Oh yeah. He's got short sleeves on.
Yeah, he's there he is right there.
Yeah.
He looks like a farmer in that gear.
I think he told Jordan, you got to look tough. You can't just be tough. You got to look tough too.
That's right. Dress good, play good. And here in the bottom of the 6th inning, Peckman still on the rubber for Osceola. And designated player Sydney Kivel steps into the box for River Falls. Kivel laces one, and that's slicing and dicing its way into right field. Sydney Kivel with a hard single to right.
That ball had a lot of slice on it.
Yeah, Kivel 2 for 4 on the afternoon.
I think they call that an OPO taco.
That's right. An Oppo taco.
Oppo, not an OPO taco. It's an Oppo taco.
Oppo taco.
All right, so first varsity at bat for Nora Killian here, number 10.
Oh, this would be super fun if
Yep.
she got a hit. She's got some power too.
She does.
Guys, who is this?
Nora Killian.
Nora Killian.
Batting now, pitch hitting, number 10, Laura Killian.
So Nora Killian at the plate for River Falls. She's first pitch sends one high to right field, and it's going to find some grass.
Nice.
She's batting 1,000 on the year right
Yeah.
there.
Close.
So Nora, first at bat of the season, according to Paul Aderman, and she skies one to right. It finds some brown turf, and she's in with a 1,000 batting average. And Lily Burke steps up to the plate for the Wildcats, and she laces one down the line foul.
Yeah, probably not the pitch that Lily really wanted to hit, but I think she got up there and said, I'm getting anything that's close.
She's going to be swinging no matter what. This is sort of the point in the game where Peckman throws a couple of changeups that might be the pitch to throw to Burke. Fastball just inside, 1-1 your count, nobody out. Sydney Kivel on second and Nora Killian on first. Burke at the plate, takes the ball 2 inside.
Well, even though you'd want to have a big hit, at this point, there's nothing wrong with saying, I'm going to get on base and we're going to end this game.
And Burke rips that one again, just foul. That one's even closer than the first one. That one missed by about maybe 6 inches. Boy, the sun came out in a fury. I like it. The weatherman did say the warmest part of the day would be at about 6-7 p.m. tonight.
I believe that, yes.
Supposed to be low 60s. It's supposed to be sunny. Be a gorgeous Saturday night. Burke takes ball 3 and runs the count full.
We deserve some nice weather, putting the outfield fence back after the morning we had.
Peckman delivers. Burke takes that one high for a walk, and that'll load the bases for Jordan Torres.
Nice time for a Wildcat walk-off here.
Torres is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. She struck out in the first, walked and scored in the second. She had a sacrifice RBI in the third, and she singled in the fifth. And that single was a rocket. And there's going to be a boot at short, and that will end the game, ladies and gentlemen, as Sydney Kivel comes in to score. Wildcats lead 10-zip, and that's your ball game. Wildcats win this one 10-0 behind 17 hits. Quality pitching effort from Audrey Aderman. She went 4 innings, and Brenna Clifton went the final 2 to finish it off. And we'll go down. Kevin, you want me to go down there and I'll interview you guys. So you guys good with Georgia Bankston?
Oh, absolutely.
Steve? Georgia Bankston? Yeah. Okay. All right.
Check 1 2. Okay, you're good right here. I think check 1 2.
So Greg's going to head down to the field to interview our baller of the game, which is Georgia Bankston, second baseman. It definitely sounds loud, but Kevin's all over it. You'd be shocked if you saw. I think he's got 2 computer monitors.
Check. Okay.
2 computers, 2 monitors. 3 monitors, 14,000 cords, and 6 or 7 dozen beers in front of them.
We got the semi parked out back, Paul.
Right. I can't believe the guy doesn't have a blimp. I mean,
right? Oh, that's coming. How about we need a drone.
I was going to say either that or a drone.
We need a drone. Drone's coming.
But good game by the Wildcats. 10-zip, probably in a game that they probably should have won.
Yep.
And you see one thing about the River Falls Youth Softball Association, and we'll probably see it on the TV a little bit here, but the game's been over for about 45 seconds, and we've already got moms, dads, there'll be brothers and sisters. They'll be out there putting all this back. The mound itself is probably, I don't know, what do you think each one of those pieces weighs, Steve? 200 pounds?
It's heavy. I know that. It's not
probably
easy. They're awkward.
200 pounds, and there's about
Kevin,
six
can you hear us
pieces.
up there okay?
Yes, we're good right there. We got you, Greg. We're good.
All right. With us here is second baseman Georgia Bankston. Georgia, you were awarded the River City Stitch Baller of the Game. Great game tonight. You were 3 hits for sure, 3 singles. So what's your thoughts?
That's awesome. I'm really honored.
So one of the things we were talking about on the broadcast was just the walking percentage, just all season. And you've had 1 error, and you've had, over 50 chances this year. So tell me like what you do to make sure that your defense is so solid.
I'm always thinking about where to go, like how many bases are on or runners are on, and what I can do with the ball if I get it. And I just always remember that whatever happens is just a game, and that I should just play to have fun and not focus on my fielding percentage.
But then the other thing too, like I've noticed so many times, like you hit the ball where it's pitched. If it's outside part of the plate, you went to right field. I want to say all 3 of your hits were to the right side, and they were all hit very well.
Thank you very much. And I really just focus on contact. I'm never focusing on hitting it hard, just hitting the ball in general. Contact is my thing.
So did Jordan Schwans or did any of the seniors kind of tell you about when it's kind of damp out here on the turf, about sliding into second and going? Did they talk about that at all? And that happened earlier today in the game.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about it. We all acknowledged it, but definitely should have talked about it a little bit more.
How do you like playing out at First National Bank of River Falls Field?
I love it. It's an awesome field, great quality. I mean, the turf's amazing.
Are you guys going to stick around and watch the boys baseball game play Osceola here next?
Yeah, most of us are.
Good deal. Well, hey, once again, Georgia Bankston named our River City Stitch Baller of the Game. Wildcats win 10-zip in 6 innings. Stick around. You guys can wrap it up and then back in about 40 minutes for the baseball game. Thanks for joining us on the River Falls Sports Broadcasting Network.
Thank you, Greg Peters, with our Baller of the Game today. Excellent interview, Paul.
Yeah, Georgia Bankston been playing second base solid all year. Once again today, played great in the field. Came through hitting. I think she was 3 for 4, and a great interview on top of
really
that.
Good.
Yeah, super solid. Had some nice responses. She's just overall, she's always been a great person. So River Falls beats Osceola 10-0, 6 innings. I think Osceola had 4 hits, River Falls 17. So big hitting day for River Falls. That's exciting for them.
You want to put a big red bow around this thing, Paul?
I think we're good. If Greg Peters gets back up here, people have to listen for another half an hour. So, yeah, we should cut it off.
All right. So, yeah, for those of you who want to watch Osceola and River Falls baseball, that'll be on in about 50 minutes approximately. Just go back to River Falls Sports Broadcasting, click on that game, and we'll join you in about 45, 50 minutes. On behalf of Paul Ederman, Steve, and Greg Peters, I'm Kevin Westhouse. Thanks for joining us. 10-0, River Falls defeats the Osceola Chieftains here on a cool, damp, early Saturday afternoon in mid-April. I guess we're March, early March. Jeez, it's like that. It sneaks up on us. Until next time, everybody, good night, everyone.